Hey, daddy, that blue smoke coming out your mouth smell like poop. Real Enigmas and Theories is back again with another video. Okay, let's pull out those magnifying glasses again before episode 6. Y'all thought I was gonna let this go, but I'm not. You can't tell me that these two brothers don't look alike. Nah, not those two, these two. In fact, I think they're one and the same. Apollo says that his mom's old boss knew the judge and got him out of prison. And anybody that knows anything about jail and prison time knows that you don't do 3 months in prison. You might get 3 months in the county jail, but in order to get prison time, you have to be sentenced to at least 366 days. That's where the term a year and a day come from. Moreover, you're not running up in a New York City library with a loaded shotty, taking hostages, discharging a firearm, destroying historic public property, and only getting 3 months unless you're rich and powerful, your mom's casting spells, or your lawyer is in possession of some sensitive state secrets.
These contain state secrets.
Or a combination of the sort. Okay, Sequence, then how did the lawyer go from this to this, you might ask? Now, I wouldn't doubt that Lillian would use that Obeah magic to get him back for making her work on Saturdays, forcing her to leave Apollo home alone. Another mention would be this guy. If he was out on the streets and knew what was going on, then so could he. Why is this guy repeating what the mothers were saying? He's who we first hear say that it's not a baby. And this other seemingly homeless man is the actual catalyst for Emma and Apollo even meeting. It would be trippy if this is him and this guy is one of the other partners on the firm. After Apollo reveals how he got out of prison, we see the scene that shows the personal advancements towards Lillian made by Mr. Blackwood. He leaves her 2 tickets to see the rock band The Police. And one of her co-workers even says the name of one of the songs, Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic. The song is about a man who feels like he's under the spell of a woman who keeps turning down his repeated marriage proposals. It's also fun to note that this video was shot in Montserrat Island. Montserrat Island is famous for many things. Its volcanoes, Caribbean tourist attractions, but also the Montserrat Witches of Obeah. Obeah has been outlawed in Montserrat many times throughout history, but has always managed to resurface. Montserrat is also famous for the ancient petroglyphs found about 10 years ago that look very similar to the carvings on the wood next to Emma's inscription. The date 1994 is also there. Not sure about that connection, but it was worth mentioning. The connection with Mr. Blackwood and the spiteful way he made Lillian work Saturdays is directly connected to Apollo's dreams about Cartoon Day. So Lillian would definitely have motive to do something to him for his spiteful ways. But here's something that didn't make sense to me at first glance. Apollo has stated several times that he wonders why his father didn't take him along. We also hear the phrase, "You're coming with me," several times, even by Apollo himself. One time we see Brian pick up Apollo in the hallway and walk into the smoke. However, at the end of the first episode, I noticed that Brian picked up Apollo by the front door and entered into the apartment while saying, "You're coming with me." But this time, Apollo is screaming no in terror. Maybe that was an actual scene of what happened instead of one of Apollo's dreams. So if Apollo is grown and he's wishing that his father would have taken him with him or had some kind of answers on why he left him behind, I don't see his memory actually being of him screaming no. And if it is a memory, it could be a memory of Apollo seeing Brian taking away the original Apollo. And if it's not a dream, then that's what really happened. Apollo screaming no when Brian picked him up. And speaking of Apollo being taken, is it me or does Gail taking Apollo's hand and leading him to the library foreshadow her leading him to Emma? Another thing is, have we seen the last of old Blue Eye? It's almost like we just keep seeing memories of her. We don't actually get to see what's going on. Some are saying that she has possessed Emma, and some are saying that she is using Emma's witch powers. She had the blue eye and a red string, while Gail was dressed in blue with a red bag. The red and blue have been used in this series a few different ways, and it makes me wonder if the blue smoke that came into Apollo's hospital room made him grab a shotgun and confront the witches at the library. Also, in my last video, I noticed a clue that I've been thinking about since I dropped it. That was Apollo calling Willie sweet. That stood out to me because sweet isn't something that a man would refer to another man as. We'd most likely say chill, or he was kind, or he was pretty laid back, or something like that, but we wouldn't say sweet. And not too long after that, we get to see Cal putting stevia in Apollo's oats, and Apollo feeding oats to a sick Emma. We also see Willie chugging a 2-liter of an outdated soda known and marketed for its artificial sweetener. The oats were probably a reference to the Quakers who came on that restoration sloop, as in Quaker Oats. And just as I was creating this video, I noticed a comment from Percy Garcia where he brought up the maple leaf on the cover photo for the show. Maple is also a natural sweetener. I wonder if Willie has to have some sort of sweetener to help him maintain his glamour. I wonder if we'll hear Apollo mention that he's never been sick before, or maybe his mom might say it. And since the sea creature helped the Norwegians, I'm wondering if that's who's coming to help kindergarten, or maybe cause a flood. He did specifically say that everybody on the island would die. He didn't say that anybody was just gonna come kill the women and children. Now let's talk about Mr. Patrice Green, or Green Hair Harry. That look he gave Apollo when Apollo talked about him living in the basement, what was that? He also said that he's friends with Apollo because he can be himself and not have to deal with the stereotypical veteran remarks, like somebody saying, "Oh, thank you for your service," or "How many people did you kill?" But if that's the case, then why even introduce yourself and tell them that you just came back from Iraq? And why mention it so much if it's something that you don't want people to acknowledge? Peep when Apollo was thanking Dana for going to the funeral. Patrice put the brakes on that man's gratitude. The man who created the Baby Brian fan page stopped Apollo in mid-sentence while he was thanking them for going to the actual funeral for Baby Brian. What sense does that make? And I noticed that Dana wasn't at the wedding, but she was at the baby's funeral. Maybe she didn't know Patrice yet, I don't know. But the most suspect thing about Patrice is this. What is this man doing? Bro, you need to move out the damn way with this shit. We about to get the electric slide or the wobble going. You in the damn way. This man looking like somebody glamored a mannequin, but the hips still don't work. And who is this bull right here looking like Paul Rubens' mugshot after Pee Wee popped out?
Careful what one wishes for.
I mean, Michelle didn't show up, the bouquet got tossed off the building, and that DJ is trash for playing the OBI wedding song. Man, let me get some Marvin Gaye, some Luther Vandross, a little Anita would definitely set the party off right. You dig what I'm saying? So y'all know my suspicion about Emma already being a witch, and her and her sister being raised by Miss Rook. I think her sister might be a witch as well. She was the actual priestess in the marriage ceremony or ritual. I also noticed Apollo's mother wearing the same color Emma was wearing when she was giving birth. The red and blue have been used quite a bit, but variations of greens, oranges, and yellows have been showing up, and I'll get into that for another video. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely hyped up for episode 6. But I got a couple announcements real quick. RealEnigmasandTheories.com is up and running. We have a few shirts up there now, really good high quality material. And that's also where you can get your Real Enigmas and Theories magnifying glass. More merch is going to be added as time goes on. You can also go there to see some of my uploads, and articles will be added soon as well. I'm still working on my novel, and I've come up with several titles, but I've yet to settle on one. The promotion will start in late November for a release in January. Also, we just hit over 3,000 subscribers on the channel, and I thank everybody for rocking with me. Welcome to all the new viewers. I just started this channel in May, and I did not expect this channel to grow this fast. I know 3,000 isn't a lot, but it's definitely a milestone for me. I figured if you like my content, you'll let me know by commenting, subbing, liking, and sharing. And feel free to let me know in the comments what shows you're watching and what shows you'd like to see me cover. And if possible, I will. Also, I'm gonna start going live soon, so we can have some straight up conversations between me and my viewers. So anyway, just a little something to think about while we wait on the next episode. That's all for my video today. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.